Right, welcome everybody to the first Foot Golf Association of England podcast. I'm joined today by the one and only Sean Rontry from France, as they called him in the World Cup, which was great. I'm just going to give you a little introduction. So welcome, Sean. Good luck for the new year. Good luck for the new year for everybody out there. We're going to keep this
chill. Happy New Year, everyone.
We're going to keep this chilled and simple as possible. Give people a few insights of the tours and the features we've got this year. Tour events. Keep you up to date with all the Foot Golf Association happening, going on in 2024. We've got loads and loads of things to get to you today, and throughout the season, we'll always keep you informed of what's going on. Right. I'd say Sean, he's not from France. He's from the Foot Golf Association of England board, just like myself. Right, we have got the tour up and running already today at 12 o'clock. We have had a lot of interest already, which is good.
Yeah,
Sean
is gonna. We've had 10 people signed up already for the English Open, which is fantastic.
Yeah, which is great.
I'll just have a quick run through. I'm not going to mention every tour date that we have because things are going to be released and more information will come through. But don't forget that the Four Nations Shootout, that is still open until tomorrow, as well as the Winter Open on the Saturday. That's getting a lot of traction now. A lot of people signed up for that. So if you fancy blowing off the cobwebs or want to qualify for England and play in the Four Nations, as long as you meet the criteria, get yourself signed up.
That's it. You've got, if you want to be in it, you have to sign up. Come next week. Play your heart out. Get yourself an England shirt. Join the rest of the gang in May.
Get yourself an England shirt. So obviously the season starts as always in March with the Regional Super Cup, and then the big kickoff sponsored by Goat Drinks, another new business partner that we've got on board, which is fantastic.
Which is excellent. Yes.
Great. Yeah. In April, we go to a new course for the Southwest Open. More detail of that will be released, but it's a brand new course to the tour.
Which we do a lot. We do add a lot of new events, don't we, Sean?
Another superb venue that we know. So well done to Bolts getting that one on board. In May, obviously, we've got the Four Nations, which will be at Ashbury, which will be another fantastic event. Ashbury, we know what it's like. It's a fantastic venue. It's perfect for foot golf. The courses, the accommodation, the food, everything, absolutely bang on. In July, we've got another new course down in the southeast for the National Champions League. Again, great work done by the board to get that one on board. And again, more details of that will be released, but it's another fantastic new course. Not new as people will know the name, but it's new as regards it's on one of the golf courses.
Right, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Then we move into August. Sorry, Sparks, go on.
The work that people don't understand. Well, people do understand, but behind the scenes, the work that goes on by Paul and Sarah and the rest of the board is like, and ourselves, is nobody sees it. And just to get these courses on board is like unbelievable. To be doing bespoke courses all the time is great, isn't it? And that's all we aim for. That's all we aim for, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just raising the bar every year with what we do, the courses that we get on board. And like you say, work never stops. Work never stops for most of us on the board. Right through. We don't have a winter break, as some people might think. We're continuing to do work every single day to make the tour better, to make it more enjoyable for you guys out there. Like you say, getting on bespoke courses. It just strengthens the events and obviously makes it more enjoyable.
That's it. And not forgetting, we've got the Club League back for 2024, which is for everybody. Anyone can sign up. all the information's on the website. There's clubs everywhere around the country now getting set up as we speak, which is getting a lot of interest. And if you want to find a club, we'll help you find one. And if you can't find one, we'll always help you and put you in the right direction. That's for anybody to get involved with. Grassroots foot golf, which is our new aim for the year. Get more and more people to enjoy this game we play every week. But we'll see. We see how it goes.
100% club league. We need that back. We need those grassroots being developed to get more people playing on the tour, but just to get more people playing foot golf, full stop. So the word gets spread. More people know about the sport. More people can get involved. And we do know in September, that's when club league finals day will take place.
Yeah,
we're pretty sure we've got a venue, but that will be announced as and when. But club league finals day is always an absolutely brilliant day.
It's
brilliant. All the clubs out there that are involved, lots of players, lots of action. Always an absolutely brilliant day, and that will be in September.
That's great. That's brilliant.
One thing we haven't mentioned, obviously, is in August, the English Open is now an FIFG 1000 major, which is absolutely unbelievable. Fantastic news. And again, you've got to say big thanks to those on the board that put the hard work in, put the presentations together, made sure everything was right, to ensure that we've got the major, and it's brilliant.
And we're going to deliver one of the best events that we've ever had come August. And that's what we do.
100%.
We always
100%.
look to improve and look to better ourselves, don't we? It's hard work, but we get on with it. We get it done and do the best we can. But FIFG Major coming up in August, which is great. And see how things go throughout the year. Sean, shall we get on to what we're doing with our guest today?
Why not? Let's get him in. Let's get him involved.
Get him in.
This guy, just a little bit of background, and you probably guess who it is straight away once I give you these stats. He played 21 events. He won 11. He came second 3 times, and he came third twice. His worst event was the Tour Championship, where he came 16th. So I want to ask him what went wrong there, but let's get him in.
So we'd like to introduce you to the National Tour Champion, England's number 1 currently, Karl Baker-May. Right, Karl, how you doing?
Afternoon, gents. You okay?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Karl. You okay?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Happy New Year to you both and to everyone that's watching.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
So, have you enjoyed your little break over the winter period, Karl?
Yeah, it's not been too bad. Full of work, playing football in the Vets League that I play in, scoring some goals in that. So, yeah, it's not been bad. I haven't played foot golf since the grand final. So, yeah, nice break and been in the gym trying to get even better for next year.
Oh, so that's just giving no hope for anyone now. Is that what you're doing?
Even
just making it even harder for everyone. But yeah, that's great, Karl. We're just going to ask you a few questions, give people a little insight how our champion is and what he does. So, what are your expectations for the season, Karl? Are you going to go for the number 1 spot again and not give anyone a chance, or are you going to just chill off a bit and still take it away? What are you up to?
It's the same plans as last year. Obviously, wanting to win. It was great to win last year. I was surprised at the amount of competitions that I was able to win. But obviously, that was a really big positive for me, especially after the Tour Championship that I heard Sean mention there. That didn't go quite so well, coming back straight from the World Cup. But I think after the World Cup and after that Tour Championship, I think every major event that we had, I was able to win from then on. I've changed the ball to a jab, obviously, because my Joe Bellani went pop in America, which wasn't ideal. The speed cell I didn't really get on with. So thanks to Chris Aldous, I got to use his jab and hit it off straight away. So yeah, hopefully that's the plan, is to continue what I did last year. get better. As I've said, there's always room for improvement. Even though I was able to win last year, there's still room for improvement. There's quite a few events that I didn't win. Saturdays I was a little bit slow getting off the mark, which needs to be better for next year, because the standard of players that we're playing against is always going to be rising. It's always going to be getting better. It's always going to be getting harder. So yeah, I've got to work doubly as hard to try and win next year and retain the title that we've won, as well as obviously expectation wise, team event. I want to win the Four Nations. And if there is a Euros, then obviously I haven't lost yet in one of them, so I want to go make it 4 in a row in terms of winning the Euros.
Yeah, well, we know we know what your puts are like in the Euros, Karl. I'm sure we've all seen them online, where it was just an unreal putt to win the event. But that's amazing. What you've achieved already and what you want to achieve is great.
I mean, it's like, I mentioned about the stats. 11 wins, in 21 events is phenomenal. You say it surprised you. Why do you say that? Why do you think you were surprised by how many times you won?
Just because of the talent that we have and the talent that's growing. I mean, obviously Spinky and DJ, Ando, etc. have all won events before, all been European or all current European champions, been European champions. We obviously had Steve Basting come on board during the season as well, and he seemed to be in the final group and pushing me all the way as the year went on in all the events. So it was. I always turn up wanting to win. I never turn up expecting to win. If I do come second, I'm always disappointed because I've not won, and that's just my mentality. Is it's win or bust, and I've kind of wanted to obviously start afresh, obviously with the move and everything that came with it, and all the changes that we had and the background that I'd been playing. So obviously I've been around Ben quite a lot, and the aura of Ben was really, really good and really strong. So I wanted to try and create my own one. But yeah, I was still surprised at the amount of wins, because like I say, I didn't expect it. Obviously I wanted to win. I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to show how good I can be. And luckily, like I say, as the year went on, I got better and better and better. And that needs to continue into next year because the standard's going to be super good again. And it's always going to be rising. And with the club league coming back in, you never know who's going to come on board. What players are going to turn up now that we haven't heard of, like Bastin. So yeah, it was, like I say, it was just, go on.
Sorry, go on. You finished, Karl. Sorry, go on.
Like I say, it was just obviously pleasing to get, I think it was 15, 16 podiums out of those 21 events. I think the only, like you said earlier, the Tour Championship was the only event where I didn't really perform. Even the grand final, I didn't perform great until the last round, when I decided to actually play. And obviously got over the line in the end, but yeah, it was.
Karl, you were 7 shots behind, and I was looking, going, he's going to make this back here, and you did. And then once you went ahead, it was like, it's so hard for people to get you, to catch you when you're in that, when your head's in that place of I'm on it. That's what I think makes you different from everyone else. As soon as you know that you can smell it and you can get it, you're in, and you just don't let it go, which is hard to find for people, you know what I mean? But
like I say, it's just wanting to create that. It's wanting to create that aura of you. To beat me, you've got to play extremely well. I don't want to hand it to people on a plate. I want people to have to earn the win, and over 36 holes, 54 holes. I think that's what I've started to make people do, and it can add a little bit of pressure onto other people, which can lead to mistakes. If I do manage to keep on or just get in front or sneak in front, then other people have then got to force things, which I think on a few of the events towards the end of the year, that's what happened. People obviously started trying to force things a little bit, whereas I kind of kept that consistency going across. My tee shots were always on the fairway, etc. My putting was pretty good as the year went on. So yes, that's what I put it down to, is just the consistency. I think was the biggest thing, of just tee shots, finding fairways all the time. And then, like I say, trying to get my nose in front so that people have to then come and chase down the last 9 holes, etc. But yeah, like I say, taking nothing for granted this year. New start, more players coming in. I need to hit the ground running at Aintree. I didn't win at Aintree last year. I came third, I think. I tied second, came third. So I need to put that right next year, because that was the only one of the Opens, the North, South, East, etc., that I didn't win, I think. So I want to try and take that up next year, and obviously kick off the season at size and be well. Try and retain the Super Cup, and then
that's not going to happen, Karl. That's not going to happen this year. Our North team's got even stronger. We're getting our title back, and Sean will probably say the same thing when they win it eventually. But no,
you brought in about 5 different countries though for your section. It's a bit harsh.
Listen, every person plays in the North.
Yeah, they always
and
do.
they all live in the North.
Yeah, the North's that big. It's unreal. Yeah, yeah. The North is just like it's like 10 countries. You know, I don't know how they do it. You know, they bend the rules that much. It's unbelievable. These scousers.
Even
Wallbank. Said Karl, I think he's not in.
Who?
Is Wallbank's not in? Wallbank's not in.
No. I was going to say Wallbank's even said last night. You've got 6 people from different nations. He said you might as well take Sparksy out as well because he's Scouse. I was like, well, you might as well. Everyone else was doing it, aren't they? But yeah, sorry.
But going back to what Karl was saying about creating you've definitely created an aura for yourself. Without doubt, an absolutely amazing season. I've been around football for a long time, and it's what I've seen from you this year is probably the best I've seen anyone play. Just your consistency, and like you say that. Is it wrong to say boring, steady foot golf? Because I don't think it is actually, because that's foot golf. I think the people that win are the ones that make the least mistakes. So if you say your tee shots are always hitting the fairway, you're putting your approach shots in the right place, your putting's going in. It's not boring, but it's steady. But it's proven that it wins events.
Yeah. I probably would call it boring. I do play fairly boring. I don't really try anything extravagant. It's just I try and go through the same process that I always have done, of try and get the ball on that fairway first of all, try and limit the amount of mistakes that I make. Approaching can still be better. Sometimes I think I can overhit stuff, underhit stuff, leave myself a little bit more work to do than I'd like. But yeah, it is quite boring. Some might say that's a little bit like me, boring. But no, it's
we didn't say that not at all.
But yeah, it's like, like you've seen me play from when I first started. That's what I've kind of always tried to do, is just be a little bit boring, not really try all the fancy things. If I need to go for stuff, then I need to go for it. But I just try and do the same thing over and over again. And I think the teeing off aspect has always been my strongest point. Obviously, I used to play on the wing, so crossing, dead balls, etc., has always been one of my strong points from playing. And yeah, I don't think foot golf's any different. It's a dead ball, trying to put it into a spot, and then go from there. So yeah, that I think is my key, is that my tee shots are 95% of the time exactly where I want them, and I've still managed to keep the power that I've got to still get the distance that I need as well.
So if you were talking to a brand new player, someone that said that's joined club league, not played competitive foot golf, what would be the 3 tips that you would give him or give her to help improve their game?
I think you don't have to kick the ball as hard as what people think you do. Like, you don't have to make a huge effort into the ball. It's just all about finding the fairway, putting yourself into a spot where you can then attack the hole or attack the green, or be in a position where you can leave yourself an opportunity not to drop a shot. I think the English Open course this year was a key part of that. It was a course where you needed to leave yourself in spots while not necessarily being hugely aggressive, because if you were aggressive, especially to the flags, you were open to leaving yourself chasing shots or chasing, trying to get back into positions. So that's the first thing. I think if you start from the tee going down, obviously you want to leave yourself the best possible angle to get towards the flag, but keeping it on the fairway, not going into the rough. And then again, leave it the second shot. I always look at, can I hole it from wherever I am? Can I get it into the hole from where my tee shot's landed? If not, where can I put it that leaves myself the best opportunity for getting it to the hole? Sometimes that might not be at the flag. Sometimes it might be 10, 15 yards to the side. But then if that means I can get a putt and possibly hold it, or possibly just leave it somewhere close to par it or birdie if it's par 5, then yeah, that's I think, again, boring, but it's not all. You don't have to go out there and have big run-ups and try lacing the ball here, there and everywhere, looking how well you can hit the ball and how well you can strike the ball, because it's all well and good being able to kick the ball really hard, but if you're kicking it 15 yards in the wrong direction or 15 yards into rough when you don't need to, then all of a sudden you're struggling to make par, and the opportunity to drop a shot comes in.
I totally agree with that. I learned that a long time ago, that from the tee I used to try and smash it as hard as I could, because that's what I thought you have to do. And just someone said to me, just say 75% in your head on your tee shot, and you get that connection and you get it right, it'll go as far as you want it to go, but it'll go in the right place. So it's all about, power, but a bit of control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on then, Karl. What was your best course of 2023?
I voted obviously for the English Open course. Both of them, to be fair. Although obviously they were challenging. And people laugh when I say they were challenging, because obviously I ended up with a pretty good score, but they were challenging. You did have to use your brain quite a lot. It wasn't a case of you just kick it and then kick it onto a green and then you're putting for birdie or for eagle or trying to make a comfortable par. It was a course where you had to think, you had to be strategic. There were times when you could be aggressive. There were times when you couldn't be. There were times when you had to accept that par was the be all and end all. Yeah. And then there were times when you could think, right, I can be aggressive here. I can go for a birdie. I can try and do things, try and pick up shots. So it was, I like the English Open courses. I thought they were really good. They were a great challenge. There was a mixture of long holes. Obviously, I think hole 5 or 6 on one of the courses, that was the long flat one, that was really long. Yeah. But again, then there were other holes where you had to be really, really strategic. I think hole 8 on one of them, where you had the ravine down the side, was really tough. 16, 17, 18 on the Pines course, I think it was.
Yeah, they were tough. Yeah, they were tough.
They were tough finishing holes, but again, you had to be sensible. So, for anyone that is looking to come to the major, or is looking at the courses and everything for the major, which, by the way, was a brilliant effort by everyone to get that on board, especially so soon into the association's history. But anyone wishing to come, they were the 2 of the best foot golf courses that I've played around the world, let alone in this country. And we've been lucky over the years to play on quite a lot of courses that have been really beneficial and that have been really well worked out. There were like Oldham. I didn't win Oldham, but I thought, again, that was a really nice course. Even the championships, to be fair. The Tour Championship one, I didn't play very well in it, finished horrendously. But again, as a course, it was really good. I just wish I'd got a night's sleep beforehand, because we broke down on the way up and then slept in the car park, which was delightful, which didn't really help. especially I think it was about a week after coming back from America as well. So obviously with all the jet lag in that. But no, the 2 courses at Ashbury were outstanding. And yeah, obviously we get to go down there more than once this year, which is going to be really good. To go back there and see all the work that the ground staff have done on the course, and then obviously building up to the major come the end of the year.
Yeah, excellent. It is now a brilliant place to go to. It's a brilliant place to go to. Well, it's got everything you want. That's there. The courses, the ground staff are brilliant. The staff themselves are brilliant, and we couldn't as an association couldn't expect anything more from anyone. The way they presented everything to us, it's great because we can concentrate on other things. But as you say, I think the majority of foot golfers who played it would say that course, them 2 courses, are brilliant. But we'll see what the future holds in the 4 Nations shootout and the FIFG major, which we've got, which is great. So, is there anything else we wanted?
The only thing I've got to ask you, Karl, is who do you think will be your main rival next year? Did you get that?
Again, I think like some of the names that I mentioned earlier, obviously Steve Bastin's come on board, and like I say, he was in the final flight quite a few times towards the end of the year. I think he's only going to get better the more that he plays. Obviously Tom Spink's been there, done it, got loads of experience on the courses. I think he'll be up there again, and if he comes back to play, I think he's coming back to play this year. Again, if his head's in the right place and he's focused, he's a big threat to everybody. And then obviously DJ's been working out in the gym non-stop, trying to get better and better body-wise. He's now got that experience. He was part of our team in the last Euros. And since then, he's kind of kicked on and become a really consistent player. So, yeah, I think again, there's others that I haven't mentioned, but I think they're the key ones that I'll be looking out for. And then you just don't know, like I say, who's going to come up, who's going to keep getting better. The courses are getting better. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be quite close.
Yeah, good stuff.
Excellent. Right then, because we're cracking on with a bit of time, shall we? We're gonna probably leave it in a couple of minutes. So, Karl, thanks very much for your help today, coming on, giving your little insight, and best of luck for the new year. We know you are England's number 1. You have to prove it again to everyone. I know you will, and enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again shortly.
Thanks,
Right, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me on. Nice to see you again.
No problem. Okay, ta-ra, Karl. Right, Sean, we've got a little few things to finish off with before we end the first podcast we've ever done. So,
yeah,
if anybody wants any information about the Foot Golf Association of England or foot golf in England as a whole, go on the website www.FGAEngland.com, which is flashing on the screen all the way through this podcast. Me and Sean and maybe a few other board members are going to be in and out of doing podcasts when it gets a bit more traction, when events start kicking off, like next weekend, and we've got the shootouts, and doing interviews on the course, doing interviews in the evening times if it's possible. We just want loads and loads of people's insights on foot golf. We want loads and loads of more people joining up. The country's a big country in England. We need to start branching out. That's why we say we've got the club league back, because we need to get the grassroots part of it up and running again, which is going to be amazing, because the majority of players now did come from the club league, didn't they, Sean?
Yeah, 100%.
Into the national tours, which is great. The association is still looking for sponsors and sponsorships throughout the year. So if anybody's interested, give us an email or a phone call. All the information's on the website. All the information, the tours on the website. As we said before, the tour is up and running from now, and it's starting to build up with players registering, which is fantastic. John, anything else?
No, I don't think so. Like you say, all the information that you need is on the website, or all the information that you need regarding events. If you go into the Golf Genius, click on the event information. Everything that you need to know about that event is there. You know, location, local rules, travel, whatever you need to know, it's all there. Just spend a little time having a look, and any questions that you've got regarding certain events, all the answers are on there in Golf Genius, on the web page. Just have a look through, you know. But we're here. Yeah. If anyone needs anything, you know, you all know how to contact us through the WhatsApp, or if you need to send an email to the info on the web page, just do it, and we'll answer them as soon as we can.
Yeah, that's it. So, from the first podcast from me and the first podcast from Sean, we're going to say big thank you for watching. We enjoyed having Karl on today. Hopefully, we'll get in touch with a few more players for more info from them, from the England crew, the England team, as we speak. As I say, just again, you've got till tomorrow to register for the shootout. If you fit the criteria for it, to get that last spot in Andrew Duffy's England team for the Four Nations. So, it's a goodbye from me, Sean.
And it's a goodbye from you, Sparks.
Thank you. Have a nice New Year, everybody. We'll catch you soon. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Happy New Year, everyone.